All right, it's close to 7 o'clock. We'll get going. Welcome everybody to our newest member as well. Ingrid and Nettie, welcome to you. So as you know, this meeting is being streamed live and recorded for public viewing on the town's YouTube website. Looking at our agenda. Basically right over to item number 4, adoption of committee minutes. I have a motion here moved by Brenda, seconded by board, that the minutes be adopted for the special events committee and that those minutes be kept confidential. The closed sessions of the committee remain confidential and restricted from public disclosure, with the exemptions provided the Municipal Freedom of Information and Privacy Act. And I'm referring to the minutes of September 9th, 2024, which are in our package here. Does anybody have any amendments to that they can see? None, all in favor? Very thank you. Moving on, number 5, Special Events Committee received and approved the payables for September 2024. And that as well is in our package there. I have a motion moved by Mike Nagel and seconded by Charlene that the Special Events Committee receive and approve the payables. As you can see, they're in front of you there. Do you have any questions on those? Seeing none, all in favor? Great, thank you. Business arising from the previous, so 6.1, the Halloween event update. I can say a few things, then I'll turn it over to Melissa. So an email from Brenda today that the magician has been confirmed. He is all good to go. He will arrive 10 or 20 minutes before the show, so need not stress out is all I can think of. Thanks to Mike and Gord, the posters out. Do we need any more?
I could go with a couple more, a few more.
Half a dozen?
Maybe about 4 or 5.
Okay. Do you want to pick them up when you're in Sarnia then sometime? Facebook advertising. When do you want to start that, Alex?
I was gonna start this week. I'm just waiting I'm running an ad for work right now. So once that one's done, I'll switch the credit card over and run ours starting this weekend probably.
Okay. Do you want to do a little bit heavier, do you think? The only reason I ask is I don't know, should we do an ad in the paper? Or do you want to just stick to the Facebook in the area?
I think we'll definitely get a lot of reach on Facebook. I mean, the event itself's already doing it's pretty healthy.
Yeah.
I don't know if the paper makes its way to Kamlaki much for the most part.
I think public Facebook is
Yeah.
what everything's all about.
I think it kind of stops at the 402.
Yep.
for distribution.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. So what did you have for a budget for that?
I believe I have $50 written down,
Okay.
but did you want me to put the 75 or something? Or you want to start with 50 and see how it goes? 50 is
Yeah.
probably enough, or else we'll start with
Right, yeah, start with 50, we'll see how that goes. Tell how many people.
Right now, we have 191 responded
And yes,
as yes or interested.
Perfect, okay. We decided amongst the committee to do some cookies. So they are dunked Oreo cookies, orange and white, or either a pumpkin or a ghost, and we're getting a local lady to do that. So those will be brought the day of the event. We're doing 300 of those. I can out to Colleen Buckley from McDonald's. She has graciously donated 300 free fries coupons that we can hand out to kids. I didn't really know that they were still around anymore. I remember getting them as a kid and that was great. Well, they were glad to be involved and said, I'll be back. So anyway, so that's good. So do you want to take them and put them in the bags, or do you want to just separate the day out?
You mean with the cookies or?
The cookies, yeah.
Yeah, I think it probably makes sense to maybe staple them to the outside
Okay.
or something like that.
Okay.
Although I worry if we already have 190 people confirming if we wanna maybe do them separate.
Okay.
Um, so maybe we'll hold off and see what the next week or so gives us for numbers. Because we don't want the first 300 kids to get something in the last.
Yep.
I think we'll wait, see how we do that.
Okay, yep, that's fair. The other thing, I have one game, which is a zombie eyeball top, a 2 foot by 3 foot board done. I've got the eyeballs from the dollar store. And, I just gotta put the red solo cups on it. So that's the one game. Who else wants to fill in with games? Brenda, you were doing something, weren't you?
I'm doing the TikTok board. I was gonna get my husband to build a board for us, like a table, but I was on Marketplace and I found a coffee table for $15. So that seemed like the better route to go, so, yeah, so I got it. We had other games too, right?
Yeah, so we've got, the Meg toss, which we have everything for. The ring toss, I just need to go through the bins and just double check that we still have a. We did the bowling last year, which went over pretty well, so that's easy enough to set up. I've got the plastic balls for that. And then that's it for games, and then we'll have our fortune teller, which will be another activity. Option. Alex, were you able to see about any volunteers to help? Or-
So that I can. Can you remind me, is there a specific time so that I can put in the Facebook in?
The magic show is 12:30, right? 12:30, yeah. And then,
It's about 45 minutes.
yeah. And then the costume parade's gonna be at 1:30. And then we'll have Twisted Chris from 1 to 3 balloons. Then. And then we're gonna do a bring your decorated or carved pumpkin. Mike was able to get a bunch of donations to put together some gift baskets, so we'll do 2 prizes for the costume parade and 2 prizes for the pumpkins. We'll divide it off into groups.
I have a gift basket coming as well from Jenny's Dog Grooming,
Okay.
not for one of the kids, but from someone.
Yes, yeah, so we can do that as a raffle then. If you can get, so we'll need raffle tickets.
Okay.
And then for the pumpkin carving, we'll need signs with numbers on the front, like just like little pen cards with numbers on the front, and then the kids can write their name information on the back.
Okay.
Just so that it keeps it anonymous.
So do we know what the age categories are gonna be? Just because we'll probably get that stuff
I'm thinking 5 and under and 6 and over.
for both costumes and pumpkins. Or
Yeah. And then obviously carved, painted, drawn on, however the kids wanna do it.
carved or decorated?
Yeah. And then, or do you have any updates on where we are with food?
I have a meeting with the Optimus executive on Wednesday night. And I was speaking to Ernie Warren, and he said they got stuff left over from the end of summer thing. He said this thing, he's only one guy.
Yeah, you might wanna give them a heads up too. We are probably expecting.
250.
Or. Just gonna give them an idea. And then, Brenda, do you know where we're at for decorations? So I know you had sent around those like. I think, yeah, do we know, Gord, are you meeting at the Optimus Hall on Wednesday?
Yes, I am.
Can you measure the front entryway and just see how long it is, so we know how many of those big sheet things we'll need for the front.
Okay, it's just right across the front.
Yeah,
Okay, I will do that. And for information, I did get okay to start decorating Friday night. So we've got a book for Friday.
What time, Gordon?
Well, we can come in there at 6:30 or so. I'll have to come pick up the key here probably, but I will speak to her. We got the okay to come in there. Right.
do you want one of us in Wyoming to maybe pick up the key? We can talk about it.
I've got a key.
Oh, you have a key? I got a key.
And our clerk, Aaron, I think it's her son, has the animatronic. I think there's two, she said, so he's willing to bring those and set them up for us as well.
Perfect.
I've got the big blow up three ghost thing over.
Perfect. And then were you able to get some straw as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring it on Friday night because I'm at the fire tower on Friday. So I'll probably leave it outside the building on Friday. If you guys are there.
Yeah. So we can be there at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is probably the best.
Yeah, probably 7. I don't think it'll take too long to get up.
So on Friday, what is it?
Yeah. And then,
Delilah know, but she probably already.
and then who can bring those, boards for the backdrop? That has a truck.
Oh, I have
Oh. Where are they?
I have them.
Oh, do you still have them? I thought they were absorbed somewhere. Okay, perfect.
I still have them.
Okay, perfect. So you're able to bring them on Friday? We'll do like a Halloween on the stage, so it's,
Oh, I can just restream it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then,
The Halloween twist.
yes, and then is there anything else you need for that, Brenda?
I don't think so. I think I.
Okay, I know a couple of, last year for Halloween, we did like a balloon garland too. Kind of nice because it was, like the balloons looked cool on it, but I don't know what you had in mind for the style of it. I don't know if it goes with what.
I don't know if it goes with the backdrop there, but I mean, it could go just a entryway, like.
Yeah, if we can find like an arch one. Yeah, let me look online and see.
If we have a really good turnout, like the Easter event, are we worried about our candy or our treat? As far as numbers?
Only being 300, you mean? You can only do what you can do, I guess, is my comment. We've already told her and she's already in the process of making them, so. I don't really want to tell her to all of a sudden make more.
No, I just
For out.
know if we should have like a backup or.
I guess we can always do what we did at the Easter where shoppers for $9.99, you can get 50 of the mini chocolate bars.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
on standby, yeah.
I was gonna buy,
It'd be a good problem.
yeah, when you're talking to the optos too, if you can confirm if they're doing chips or not. Because we can always buy a couple boxes of chips and try to cook.
Awesome.
Ingrid, were you around in Kamlaki in March? We had the Easter thing, were you?
Yeah, I
We
was.
go to that event?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. I was in the Caribbean. Sorry.
That's nice. So.
Actually.
It was our first time of doing an Easter event. We really had no clue of how it was gonna go. By the time it was over, we found out that a couple Easter events in the area had shut down. And they all funneled into ours, so the community hall in Kamlaki was packed solid. It was great. It was overwhelming, but it was
Yeah.
great, so. I think it's gonna go over well as well in this event, so.
Quick trips down to the Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so maybe Alex, if you wanna post just on the Facebook event about all the activities going on. And then, I assume that the magician was fine with us using his information for promotional, yeah.
Seem to be fine with them.
And then, yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape, so. Is there anybody that's not available to come on, other than Alex, on Friday, October 25th, around 7 PM to? See, Alex, you were already saying no.
I thought you were saying no for the event.
And then for the event. Other than Alex. Okay, perfect. I don't think I. Yeah,
I think that's.
okay.
You're a judge for the stuff.
We need somebody from council as our judge, so somebody has to show up.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
nominate Mary.
That was a smooth way to put it then.
October 26th is the event, and what
Yes.
time are we starting again?
11 to 3,
11.
so, yeah.
We're
So,
asking about volunteers. I'll see if I can drag my teenagers and their neighbors out of the house again.
Yeah.
I'll let you know in the next 2 days.
I'll check out with a couple of my grandkids, see if they can come again.
yeah, I might, it's the start of the school year too, and I know there's probably a bunch of great volunteer hours. I don't know if we can reach out to, has anybody had any luck ever reaching out to any of the high schools to see if they have students looking for volunteer hours? I don't think we need that many volunteers either, like if we had 4 or 5, we'd have plenty.
I'll check out with my two of my grandchildren anyway. They're in high school.
Grandpa Gilchrist, make them come.
You know all these things I did for you?
That's saying it too politely, Gordy. Yeah.
Are we giving out the free coupons then as well, or are we saving those for Christmas?
How many tree coupons was it again?
Thought it was 3, did we get 300 tree coupons?
Mhm.
Tree, that's what,
Thought that's what it was.
yeah. And what are they good for?
Have an expiry date on them.
Who has them?
I don't.
Sipkins.
Sipkins donated.
All the tree is
Yeah.
the following week only,
Which week?
Christmas. That's for the Christmas event.
Oh, okay, so we give them at the
So we give
Christmas
them-
event,
yeah.
and then
Okay.
they're good for that, oh,
Good
okay,
For the week after,
and then people keep them alive in their house all winter? Oh, okay,
and then plant them outside, hopefully.
So it's like a Christmas tree in a pot, and you just, instead of keeping it out the front door, you plant.
Yeah, but it's only.
It'll grow.
There's 200 of them.
200.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
I think that covers off
Yeah, I think. we're good.
Halloween, unless anybody else has any other comments.
So I just noticed on the September payables, so the bake from scratch, you had to go down, is that correct?
Yes. And then we'll just give the balance to her to the, for that. Yep. And then probably the same as for the magician, I would imagine we'll give him the balance the day of the event. He didn't say, so, okay. That's what's gonna happen.
It's this total. Have we already paid 2,300?
The mega tree.
That's a mega tree.
Yeah, so.
Oh,
the
sorry.
Deposit's 1384, so that's half,
Okay,
right? Yeah. Ingrid, you're welcome to, on the Friday night for sure. Bring your ideas, any skeletons, whatever, bring those.
Or towards.
oh, I was looking at.
What time on the Friday night?
7 PM,
7 p.m.?
and I'll add you in the times like next week, and then I'll put reminders in as well, normally, so.
Thank you.
So if nothing else for Halloween event, we can move on. Christmas in the village. Coming along nicely. A couple of things. We have the Humes horse and carriage booked. We have Jardine's horse and carriage booked. Their price had gone up this year, but the Egg Society has covered the entire cost of that. So we'll see maybe if one of the other participants would cover the cost of Humes. If not, we'll do like we did last year. I know we didn't reach out to the Legion early enough. They would have covered it, but they didn't have any meetings, so I might email them, see if they would like to cover that. If not, that's fine. We did secure Dean Holtz for some music for the event. Mike, do you wanna talk about that?
Well, Dean is chair of the celebration of lights, and his band, or a small part of the band, will perform, but they can't do electric guitars because it's outdoors. They'll be singing to recorded music. 2 or 3 of them, and then they'll move from the tree over to the Lions Hall area for that part too.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. And their cost is
300.
300. Okay. Did we try to get the Nightingale? Nightingale course, maybe is what it's called, but the Victorian ones that we used to have, and they're aren't available, so. Mike sorts this out, and that's greatly appreciated. One of the other things that we're having there that we voted on was this mega tree. The base is constructed, the lights are being put together, the software programming is just about all done. I'm just working on getting a proper speaker. It's a little very finicky for the speaker, but everything is coming along beautifully for that. It's going to be about a 45-minute show on that, probably right after the opening ceremonies conclude.
And are we just gonna have it go kind of every hour that night? So like, or we'll just keep going, or?
I probably will run the show for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then after that, it on there has I've done about another 45 minutes just lighting effects with
Okay.
no music. I plan on programming it so that it will self-run every single night for the show. If people
Okay.
can't come that night, they can go
Yeah.
another night. So, and that will be basically from the night of the show, the 14th, on through to the end of December.
Right.
So if you can't see it on the 14th, you can still plan on seeing it every night.
You don't want to start it before the 14th, probably.
Well, I think let's do
Preferably
it.
not.
I think let's unveil it at the event, yeah.
Where do we want to set that up again?
Well, I've got to go and take a look at the ground because I want it relatively smooth, but I'm thinking probably the southeast corner. Somewhere in that area where last year we had your father's lights.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere back in that area, kind of out of the way. Is what I'm thinking, but I want to see what the ground is like. We did have Watson's, Timbermart, they did donate the 6x6 post for the bottom, so I told them I would want a sign for the event, so and we'll have a special sign at the event for a certain part of it. We reached out to, I think it's K&E Meats, right? K&E Meat, Janie, sorry. She is penciled in to come. She does, well, Brenda, why don't you talk about it? You know, maybe a bit more about
I
it.
just seen on social media that Emma, she was Whiteley, what is her name? Anyhow, she has acquired a horse trailer and it's been converted to like a coffee trailer, so they have like, I don't know, specialty coffees, hot chocolate, syrups and stuff. It was kind of cool looking. I just it's new, so I thought maybe she wouldn't be booked up, and she was available, so.
She's thrilled to come out.
And Emma she used to be a fair ambassador when.
She did.
One time,
Yeah.
so she has some connection in Wyoming. She lives out in Croton now, so Don Euphemia, but.
Nice.
I know, you had talked before about maybe doing some sort of like cup, like reusable cup or like something that we could do.
Well, that was kind of dependent on stuff, I guess. Were we still wanting to meet with other groups?
Yeah, I've reached out to a couple of them just to find out. I reached out to Brian Freer just to see if the fire hall was available, and he asked me to contact you instead, so I'll give you a call tomorrow, then Nicole, to find out the scheduling there. A couple out of the team players for the committee have also wanted to know what's happening, so Mike, I am getting you that list together, that you then can reach out to them all. I think last year we had one or two, it wasn't a lot, but
Yeah,
it was enough to get to do. So, yeah, then I will, I don't really have any more for Christmas in the Village event at this point until the committee kind of discusses with the rest of the teams about what they plan on doing. Does anyone else have anything that they want kind of answered right now on that? No? Lighting competition update. I've had a couple emails on that. Yes, we are doing one. Last year we did residential. We did first, second, third prize. I'm thinking maybe first and second prize. This year I also had a request whether we would include businesses.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea. So maybe we can take, instead of having 1, 2, 3, we can have 1, 2, and then that extra one for best decorated business or whatever. And then again, we'll announce all of that at the Christmas in the Village event that night. So yeah, I think it's a good idea. Is everyone okay with that? Yeah.
do we know what we're aiming for then as our first touch base with the larger group, early November or?
No, soon.
Yeah,
As soon as I can get some list of dates from you, then I'll just throw them out and say, this is what we prefer. So I'm hoping really before last week in October.
Yeah.
To,
Yeah.
preferably before then.
Mhm.
Just to kind of sit down and give everyone what's going on, what worked last year, what didn't work last year, what's happening this year, and then get everyone else's kind of input on what's going on. That's all I have for section 6. Does anyone else have anything at all for section 6?
Can I ask a question? Is your music confirmed?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so because you mentioned the Nightingale Choir chorus, I guess is what they're called, I'm not sure. But they were here one year and they were quite popular.
Yeah.
But they have a synergy choir in Rocky that, they go around singing too sometimes. This is just information for maybe, I didn't know if you had your music confirmed, but for next year maybe, because I won't be here every time, that's for sure.
I'll touch base with you on that then.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks. If that's all there is, then no reports, no correspondence, new business. Alex made us aware that the Community Foundation grant is coming up again. Last year, we put 2,000 in for that. Where we were successful, so I think we should try again. So I did let the committee know that that's available and asked them to put their thinking caps on of what they would like to maybe request in for and how much. Melissa had said that it's not due till first part of November, right?
November 18th, yeah.
So we do have some time to finalize it in November, because I think by the sounds of it, you're still working on some ideas. But what does everyone, kind of throwing it out now, what does everyone think they would like put in some funding requests for? It's for capital, right? Like it's for.
The Wyoming
Item?
contribution grant's not that specific.
Okay.
Or trailer.
I did make a phone call to K&E Fireworks just to talk to them. Just so I had it in my books of how much a non-Canada Day fireworks show would cost. So if we did as a committee decided to do fireworks in, or sorry, Canada Day in Lakeshore Park. That's the right park. Right there. Is it Lakeshore Park?
Lakeshore Community Park, yeah.
Yeah. During the day and then fireworks back at night or whatever, is an idea. 10,000 for a 20-minute show or $7,500 for a 12 or 15-minute show. So I don't expect to get that full coverage if we did decide to do that from the foundation grant. But I don't know whether they would cover.
They will not cover anything outside of Wyoming. That community grant was developed when the village of Wyoming sold their hydro utility. And the bylaw that controls that foundation says that the money has to be spent in the former village of Wyoming.
So
That wouldn't really include Jesus Corners, right?
I don't believe it
No,
does.
I don't think it does either. No.
it's just the proper village.
Yeah,
property.
yeah.
What about more lighting for Christmas in the village?
Yeah, we can
I'm,
take that right, we can list it all.
yeah, I think we can even just generally ask for additional funding for Christmas in the village. That we were not necessarily pigeonholed into what we have to do. Because I think as it keeps evolving, our needs based on how the year goes may change as well. I mean, really, if it has to be used in Wyoming, the only options are really Christmas in the village. Like Christmas in the village is the only event that we always have in Wyoming. The picnic could go either way next year. It probably won't, but it could.
Mhm.
So we're probably better off to, as much as I was hesitant to ask for Christmas in the village funding again, because that's what we asked for last year. It may be our best option.
But if the fairground is good with it, we could also have fireworks at the fairgrounds too in the back.
Yes.
John's Hill to back, right, if they were open to that, so.
Yeah.
Can we be as loosey-goosey with the community foundation grant that says for not a particular item, like a fireworks show, can we say maybe for public entertainment through the PW Events Committee? Or is it has to be targeted?
It's not, there's no, those applications are very general.
Okay.
They're not very stringent, but I can say that they do ask a lot of questions and a lot of good questions.
Yep.
You're gonna want to be more detailed than for public entertainment.
We do have one that's, your grants are awarded for definite purposes covering a specific period.
So you'd be one of the, decorations for Christmas in the village or a fireworks show for Canada Day event at in Wyoming. You'd want to specify the event.
So one question then, Adam, for fireworks, it's not technically supposed to be any other day other than Canada Day or certain holidays, right? Is it a town bylaw if we backed it up 2 days to?
I believe the fire chief has the ability to grant special exemptions. I'll probably pull that bylaw to double check, but that's what I remember the bylaw saying. Because the trailer parks and stuff don't do it on Canada Day necessarily. They'll do it on the weekend sometimes, so they apply for special exemptions through the fire chief.
Oh, like I said, it's just kind of food for thought right now. We'll kind of finalize it all in November. But if everyone still can kind of bring back some ideas of what you'd like to put in for.
And it doesn't have to be for 2024 Christmas in the Village. You could apply for 2025 Christmas in the Village. And then you could say it's for additional decorations or something, as long as you're semi-specific, and that gives you a number of months to figure out exactly what. You want to be specific enough and have answers for them when, if they ask questions, but if it's for Christmas in the village next year, you can also have a little bit of flexibility too, to make the money go further. So you don't have to spend it for this one.
The only other thing I had for new business was I had a call from, I forget her last name, Sandra from the Lioness. She would like to know if someone from the events committee would meet with them and the Legion and the Egg Society to talk about long story short, basically what we do already, which Picnic in the Park, is kind of have an information day for Plympton-Wyoming with community groups, sports clubs. Basically a day where you can go and get all the information. So I said, well, we currently do that now at Picnic in the Park, and we anticipate on continuing doing that. And she says, oh, yes, we know that you do that, but we'd still like to have another one. So I said I would go and hear what they have to say. But I said I would bring it to before the committee tonight to see if you guys are okay with me going and listening to what they have to say. They have no intention of taking over a May event. I'm not sure where they're going with it, but it doesn't hurt to hear, I guess.
No, I mean, it would be great if, like, it would be great to see more community groups involved in that event. So,
sure.
yeah, so I mean, if I'm happy that we can come away with it, maybe combining it somehow, yeah.
That's kind of where I was hoping that they were gonna go with, but I said I would get back to her tonight and let her know, and then I don't even know when the date is. So if you guys are okay with that, I'll just kind of wander in and see what they have to say and make some notes. Anybody else have anything? Not really a lot right now. No. Okay. Our meeting.
A meeting, if it's an evening that I'm available, I wouldn't mind going with you to hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
Well, just one thing that the council did when they organized this committee is they also wanted to support the other community groups in making the current events bigger, or at least creating new events. So I'd be interested in just having to hear what they say as well.
You're talking the one I just spoke about, the Lions one? Okay.
The Lions and the Egg Society and I think you said the Legion as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we do any events for the Remembrance Day with the Legion? Anything like that?
We haven't, no.
They kind of run their own ship.
Yeah, they do reach out to a lot of different, like when I used to be at the society, they would reach out to them to see if they would like to buy a wreath and have a representative and stuff like that. But no, we don't necessarily get involved directly.
The here in Courage Optimists operate the Remembrance Day out in Kamalaki. And it's usually the Sunday prior to November the 11th. I'm just questioning it this year because November 11th is a Monday. Or the Sunday before. So I'm going to be at meeting with the Optimists on Wednesday, and I'm going to be asking when they're having the Remembrance Day celebration, but they hold it out in Kamalaki.
Thank you.
The other thing too is I've had a couple businesses, actually that I deal with at work kind of ask me how they can be a sponsor to our committee. I says, I'll gladly send you a form. So they're been in the area for a couple of years. They had no idea how you would get involved in certain things. They'd also like to donate to the ice pad. So I said, I can put you in touch with someone that might be able to get more knowledge in. And so that's fruitful.
Mhm.
If nothing else, then I have a motion here moved by Melissa, seconded by Mike, that the special events will be adjourned until the next special events committee held on November 4th at 7 p.m. All in favor?